today's lesson, we're going to talk about how to set up three-way messages, three-way calls, and why you must do them, why they are must. And in my book, it's like non-negotiable. All right, so I'll tell you one thing. It is the number one why you should do it, because people are skeptical. When more people involved with something, there's more trust. Right? So if you go to a restaurant and one has people in it and one is empty, which one do you think people think is a better restaurant? Right? The one with more people. The more people you introduce prospect to the business, the less skeptical they become. All right? Because then they're not just buying you, they're buying the whole business. I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well. People like to join groups. Another reason, people like to join groups and teams. Right? People join sports teams. They join choirs. They join kids with no love, with no parental guidance. They join gangs. They want to belong to something. People join cliques. Right? People join forums. As it explains, like you could be the fourth-string quarterback, but you never even play 1 minute on the team, but you still go through all this practice because you can say, hey, you were on the football team. You wear that jacket because you belong to something. Right? So it's just like playing third-string clarinet. You never get a big part, but you belong in the orchestra. You belong. People like to join. So the more people like a three-way text, three-way message, it builds the feeling of a community and a team. It also duplicates, right? I don't want to go too much into detail because if it's you doing all the talking, people always three doubts. Is this for real? Can I do it? And will you help me? Especially if you're new, you don't give the best presentation. They don't think you can help them. They don't think they can do it. Right, because no one likes to present, and they think, well, are you having any success? They'll start asking questions like, how much money are you making? All right, so keep it simple. I always share the story when I first got to six figures. When I first got to six figures, I had a little ego. I'm going to do all my presentations, and that was one of the worst moments when I didn't sponsor anyone for a couple months. Because everyone will say, well, Simon, you've been doing business for 5 years. They're like, oh, you're awesome. You're a great speaker, but I could never be like you. And I'm like, no, I'm actually a shy, quiet Asian kid. I can't talk. But they're like, whatever. You just gave the best presentation. Then, no, I'm a shy, quiet kid. I had to learn to be this way. And then they will say, I don't have the time to be such a good speaker. I could never be like you. I'm not as disciplined as you, Simon. I don't have the time management skills like you. I'm like, no, actually it doesn't take much time. And they'll be like, whatever, you just gave the best presentation. So that was when I was in a rut, I was in a slump, and then it wasn't until I figured out that, hey, I had one of my downlines. Let him do the presentations for me. Let him do the three-way calls with me. Bring them to him. Then it was like, when people say, I can't sell, it's like, I can't sell either. My friend John, he did all the meetings. My friend, Nat, he did all the meetings. And that's when things start clicking for me really well, all right? Again, I was just like, hey, look at this, how I make a six-figure income I just bring people to my team, and they do all the talking. Right? It's much more attractive. People do not like to sell, do not like to present. Another reason is you're not selling. People say, I don't like to sell. You say, I just asked you want to make some money. I sent you a video, and I connected you with Nat. Connected with Ed. They did the presentations. Right? You're a connector. You're a messenger, not the message. Right? Because if you're the message, people start judging the message. How well you do not want people to judge you by, oh, you didn't give a great presentation, I'm not joining because I don't think you can help me. Right? You want to judge people follow the message, not the messenger. You don't want people to judging the messenger. Now, another reason is you learn the business. I think I've convinced you. There's a lot of reasons, right? The way I learned to present was I did a lot of three-way calls, a lot of three-way messages. And by the way, it doesn't mean that you're not going to present. You'll present for your downlines prospects, just not for your own prospects. Okay, you're going to learn that way by doing tons of three-way calls. Now, you're really also selling people that they can do it. That's what you're really selling. If you're doing the best presentation, you're selling the company, the products. You're really selling that they can do it. Because if you give the best presentation and people are coming and say, I don't have the time, I can't sell, I don't know many people, I don't think I can do this, they don't have confidence they can do what you did. Right? Because your prospect always thinks they got to do what you did to them. So you're really selling that they can do it. So how do you make this so simple? It's like anyone can do it. But I asked you if you're interested, send you a video. Watch the video. You have questions? I don't answer questions. I don't know how to do that. Talk to someone else. They do all the work, and I make money. See, that is attractive. That's what people want. It's simple and easy. Now, really, really important, especially building online, is that especially if you are new, you don't have a fancy Facebook profile, okay, and especially warm market, is that you are borrowing authority. Okay, so think about this. When you are sending a message to someone, I know, sending a message to someone, they automatically spend time in your profile, right? We're talking about if you have people not watching your videos and stuff like that, it's when your profile is not optimized. Now, some of you I know you're working on it, but your profile may not look like a six-figure earner profile. You don't have pictures of you speaking on stage, right? So, but when you are connecting with a three-way message, all of a sudden, they're clicking on your leader because they're what I just talked to, right? Especially you do like a Facebook three-way message or Instagram three-way, they click on their profile. So when they look at you like, oh, okay, they look on the leader, it's like, whoa, that's someone I want to work with. And I just connected with him. I remember when I first started, this person, when he prospected me, I'm like, whatever, this guy, a lot of people prospect for different companies. And this was actually, I was in my company already building, but people always pitched me all the time. I was just wondering, I just listened to how he presents, right? And he was talking, I'm like, oh, whatever. And then he connected me to someone. And immediately I was impressed because the person he connected with was a person who made, over $5 million in his lifetime. I was like, whoa. Now, that's a person that's more successful than I am. I started checking his profile, and instantly gave me more credit, more respect into what this guy was doing, right? And also, I knew my friend well. And I knew like, this guy's an optometrist. He's not in the network marketing. How long is it? But when he put me to these two leaders, I was like, immediately, and it was like a three-way call, and this guy's the person connecting me. I was like, wow, immediately, I forgot about my optometrist friends. I'm going to join this leader, right? Immediately, so you're borrowing authority, right? Especially social media, you connect with someone who's successful. Click on your leader's profile. Your credibility immediately increases, right? Now let's talk about setting up the three-way messages, right? Number one rule is whether I'm going to say this for three-way messages, three-way calls. Don't ask for permission. So it's like, hey, can I connect you with my team leader? Can I connect you with my friend? Because they automatically say no, because they're busy. Right? They're busy. They don't want to do it. So don't ask for permission. Just connect them, right? On the three-way text, just connect immediately. So I'll give you an example. If someone said, hey, this looks pretty good, I'll be interested to learn more. Immediately, just the next message should be three-way messages. Hey, you said you were interested in learning more. I want to introduce you to my friend John. He's been very successful. He's a stay-at-home dad and built incredible business and a mentor to me. He's an inspiration to many people. And I'd love for you, I figure he's a leader and want to introduce you to him. And then your upline will come in immediately, take it right away. Okay? Connect. That's really, the old school way called ABC, advisor, bridge, client. Right? Your advisor is the upline, the bridge. You are the bridge, and you have the client. Connect them with them. So I'm going to repeat it again. You can use whatever words you want, but don't ask for permission. They express interest, and they start asking questions. Immediately connect. Right? So, hey, I know you had some questions. I want to introduce you to Steve. Steve is very successful, has earned stay-at-home dad, does his part full-time, leads a group of entrepreneurs all over the world, has a huge inspiration for me. Stay-at-home dad with 3 kids. He's been awesome. And I want him to help you. And then you just step off and let the upline take control, right? Do that is so important. Now, let's talk about three-way calls. This is how it works. You get, if someone has a question, get them on the phone number, right? Normally get on the phone number, you're talking to them, and the second they have a question, well, when you're on a call, right, this is the call if someone has watched the presentation, let your upline know that, hey, I have a potential call, a sign-up call coming. Will you be ready? And let them know around what time, and then when you're about to call the prospect, say, hey, I'm calling this prospect now, be on standby. And then I'll call the prospect, and the prospect starts, I was like, what did you like best about our presentation? And then, well, I love this, and this. And then immediately the person starts talking. Hey, can you hold on for like 13 seconds? And you bring the upline in. Okay? Really don't ask for permission or people get off. I say, hold on for 11 seconds, 13 seconds. Unlucky number 13. Can you just hold on for 13? It'll be really quick. People say, yeah. And you immediately three-way your upline in there. Okay? Get them in there. So again, get the number, get their phone number on the call, let your upline know, and then just connect. One thing you have to learn is edifying your upline. Don't make the mistake a lot of people make. They get excited. Oh, this is a prospect. They start edifying the prospect. No. You have the power, right? Edify the upline. right? And think of ways that the upline that prospect will connect with the upline, commonality. So for example, if your prospect sons plays football and just happens your upline sons plays football, talk about that. Or your upline sons plays sports, connect. Hey, Steve, he has 2 kids, he plays sports as well. Connect, build commonality, right? If the prospect doesn't have kids, and then maybe you don't talk about kids, talk about something else, but build something in common. Learn to edify your upline and use terms that people understand. You don't need to use fancy terms like titles or whatever. Just use easy to remember. Hey, he's a successful business owner, entrepreneur. He's helped me out. But learn to edify. Yep. So that the prospect will be like, wow, I'm lucky to talk to this person. Okay, really, really important. So anyway, we went over a lot of reasons why 3-way calls, 3-way messages are important and how to set them up. And especially this day and age now in social media, I will use a 3-way text first before you do the 3-way call, because people are more comfortable messaging than actually get on the phone, right? And by the way, with every communication should lead to a bigger communication. So for example, the 3-way messaging can lead to a 3-way call, right? And let your upline, whoever's doing that 3-way call, do that. And if you're the upline, what does the upline do? The upline basically answers questions and tries to close, do their best to close. What did you like best about a presentation? Why is that important to you? Go over the questions and ask them to get started. All right, anyway, we went a lot of good stuff here. Make sure you can watch this video, share those others. Now, your action step is, number 1, find someone to do a 3-way text, 3-way calls. Now, if you don't have an upline, what you can do is find someone that is a cross-line to you, or even downline or cross-line. And sometimes cross-line are great. Cross-line, sideline friends to do it, or upline. Find someone to do the 3-way text, 3-way messages for you, right? And by the way, if you're doing something with sideline, then you have to make sure that ideally is the upline, right? Or the upline that financially benefits from you if you get a sign up. But if you don't have that person, find a sideline. If you do a sideline, by the way, you got to do the 3-way messages as well. And by the way, that's your chance. If you like to present, that's your chance to present. Practice presenting to other people's prospects. Great way to do that. That's actually learned. I did presentations for sidelines as well. It's a great way for you to learn. And okay, it's actually about to say something else. You find yourself sometimes often presenting better to someone else's prospects because you have nothing to lose. And you actually do better presentation. Your closing rate will actually be better in many ways because it's a mental thing. Like if your prospects are kind of afraid and because you're scared to close them, you actually don't close them. But up your sideline that doesn't benefit you, where there's no financial benefit to you, you just present and tell them the truth and what it is. You're not nervous. You actually often get higher closing rate for sideline prospects. So anyway, but your action step is number 1, find someone to do 3-way text, 3-way calls, and then learn to really edify that person. In what ways? Write it down. Write down bullet points. Don't wing it. It's really important to do that. All right. Really important to edify the person properly. All right. So there you go. Use the 3-way text, 3-way calls. Really, really important part of your business.